What, in your opinion, are the four most important sentences from Chapter 7 from the Tomlinson and Embo text? The first important sentence that I pulled out was from page 138. Its effective differentiation should absolutely prepare students for higher education by ensuring that they learn the content, habits of mind, academic skills, and self-awareness necessary for continuing learning. And along with that is differentiation should always prepare students for the next chapter of their lives. I think that this sentence is important. It links to our program standards, content, and curriculum expertise. To really teach through differentiation, we want our students to become lifelong learners. Through differentiation, we can help students to determine how they learn best. We can meet with those individual students and dig into their learning profile and figure out there's the style of learning that they are, use their multiple intelligences. We can also use their interests for them to acquire new knowledge. One way that I have done this is to prepare students for their next chapter is to meet with vertical alignment teams. So one time when I was teaching third grade, I met with fourth grade to really figure out and understand the curriculum that I needed to make sure that my third graders got. So when they got to fourth grade, they were ready. But not only just ensure that they understood the curriculum, but had that motivation to think, okay, this is what I learned in third grade. I get to do this in fourth grade. So that was my first important sentence. The second important sentence that I found was from page 141. It's, we fail students when we look at what we believe they cannot do and lower our sights accordingly, rather than look at what they need to do and continually try to lift them to that level. And I think this ties to Standard 2, respectful learning environments. We need to somehow look at our students and think, okay, this student, what's going on with this student? How can I help this student? Maybe change our mindset to help the children understand that they can learn and change their mindset. Don't allow them to say, hey, I can't do this. Show them ways that they can. And, make your own opinions of students. Valuable information comes from previous teachers, but I think it's on our shoulders as the new teacher when they come into us to figure out who they are. People work well with different personalities, and we need to figure out who our kids are and what their personality says about them. Also, that the third sentence that I have is understanding the world from the student's point of view, however, can be immensely useful in helping you determine potentially beneficial next steps away from the problem and toward a constructive and long-lasting solution. Again, I think this ties back to the Respectful Learning Environments, Program Standard 2. When we have those crucial conversations with students, it's letting them know that, hey, my teacher cares about me. I think it's also when we are working with trying to understand where a kid is coming from and their perspective is to, again, going back to, it ties back into the first sentence that I talked about, somehow changing their mindset, teaching them those important habits of mind, of being able to think flexibly. I really wanted to do this, but my teacher has asked me to do a different task. How can I be successful and be flexible and look at it from another perspective? Another habit of mine is how can I teach them perseverance when they get stuck? Every kid's going to get stuck, even your AIG learners, and sometimes they're the tough ones I've found that because they're used to getting the answer easy. So how can I understand their point of view of wanting to shut down, but not allowing them to do so, helping them change their mind and having a growth mindset. The fourth important sentence that I took out of Chapter 7 was ongoing assessments help students understand learning goals and trace their progress toward those goals so that when graded assessments do occur, students are more likely to be prepared or to know how to prepare. And when I think about this, I thought about Standard 4, student learning, and to really critically analyze the data that, to, sorry about that, to critically analyze the data and to dig into the data and help them understand what they do have, and they can build their confidence about what they do have to help them understand, hey, okay, I've got this part, this is what I need to look to work on. What I found useful into doing this and letting students know what they still need to work on, or let them feel the success of what they have learned, is to do student data notebooks where students get feedback and they graph their data on different assessments. It's really encouraging to see them get excited about what they do know, and it helps them make a goal for themselves to say, hey, I only got part of the assessment this time. I'm going to get the next part, or all of the parts, the next time I assess them, because I do believe we do standards-based grading at our school, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, and so that's all about building on this is what I know, what I need to do to get there. And in the end, it's not all the way through, it's what they can do in the very end. So their grade should come from what they know in the very end, not from the beginning where they may still need to learn new things. Standard-based grading is all about, do I finally get it in the end, and can I do it by myself? So there are my 4 important sentences. I think all of them go back to Standard 5, reflection, and what am I doing for differentiation? Who are my students? How can I make it better for them? How can I help them to understand in a way that they will be motivated to learn more, to continue learning as they go? Reflect on my data that I'm gathering as I continually assess them throughout the 9 weeks or throughout a subject matter. Thank you.